There is one big dream that is going to come true for you very soon. What you didn't know was that when you started out on the journey to this dream, that there will be so many twists and turns and ups and downs and dips. But in the end, regardless of what you go through, if you can just get through it, it will all be worth it in a magnificent way, a way that you could have never even thought was possible. How do I know? I had a dream. So I'm going to break down the dream, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to let you know some of the revelations I got from that dream and how it could possibly apply to you. So you're in the car with a group of people when you come across this huge amusement park. You guys decide that you're going to pull over and you're going to have yourself a day of fun. So you go into the amusement park and there are so many different rides and so many different games, and you guys ride a few rides and play a few games. Then you come across this huge roller coaster and you like, I definitely have to ride that before I leave. So you get ready to go up to it, and when you turn around you realize none of the people you came with are in the line. They said, no, we are definitely not riding that. That ride is terrifying. You're crazy if you go. But the desire in you was so strong to ride this ride that you decided, I'm going to do it even if I have to do it alone. When you got on the roller coaster, it took off like lightning. It started to twist, to turn, to dip, to flip. It did all kind of stuff, and you instantly regretted your decision to get on this ride. So as the ride is going, you're screaming, you're terrified, you're losing your mind. You're trying to figure out, how much longer am I going to be on this ride? I will never ride this thing again. And after all that terrifying twists and turns, you finally make it back to the start gate. Now, when you get towards the exit, a man stands in your way. And you're looking at him like, what are you doing? Get out of my way. And he begins to shake his head, no. And you're like, what you mean, no? Move out of my way. I'm not getting on this ride. And next thing you know, you're right back on the ride. It's flipping, it's twisting, it's turning. You're terrified. You can't even see anything because it's moving so fast. You don't even know what the objects around you are. So you decide, you know what? I'm just going to close my eyes. I don't know how I got back on this ride. I don't want to be on this ride, but guess what? I'm on this ride. So I'm just going to close my eyes and ride it out. And you did just that. And you made it back to the start gate. And you got off. And you was mad. I ain't never riding this ride again. This is so stupid. I can't believe this ride. And when you get to the exit gate, here comes that man. And he shakes his head no. And you're looking at him like, wait, hold on, wait a minute. What you mean no? Because I remember last time you said no, I ended back on the ride. And you're screaming and you're losing your mind. The ride goes on again. You get off. You're mad. He stands in your way. He shakes his head and tells you no. You pop back on the ride and it's going. And this happens over and over and over. And after about the 100th time, you decide, I ain't even scared no more. Man, I'm tired of this ride going up and down, twists and turns. I'm not even finna ride with my eyes closed no more. I don't even care. So you got over it. And the ride began again. But this time you decided, I'm not screaming, I'm not yelling, I'm not flailing, I'm not closing my eyes. I'm just gonna sit here and take it. And that's when something amazing happened. Because it's almost as if the ride transformed. And when you opened your eyes and you actually looked, it was beautiful. I mean, it was so beautiful you thought you were on another planet. You saw things that you didn't see the first 100 few times, because this time you weren't riding in fear. That's when you saw this high mountain. But you looked beyond the mountain and you saw what looked like a whole nother planet. So you got excited. You're like, okay, cool. So the next time that I ride this ride, I'm going to look over the mountain again and I have to see it. I have to get a good look at that planet. So you make it to the start gate, you see the old boy, and you're ready for him to shake his head. No, as he always does. But this time, you look at him, and he shakes his head, yes. And you're like, wait, no, hold on, wait, because when I get on this ride again, I got to peek over the mountain. I got to see what I thought that I saw, that I missed all of those times that I was riding this ride scared. And all of a sudden, you heard a door unlock. many big, huge doors open. And you were pointed in the direction of that brand new land that you saw when you were on the roller coaster. You gained access to a brand new world. The difference between you making it to this world and not making this world was your ability to become aware of it. And when you calmed down and stopped riding in fear, you became aware of new land that you never even knew existed. So you're walking onto this new land and you're looking around like literally I'm on a whole new planet. And just think, all it took was awareness to get you there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is only a test. A lot of you guys are big dreamers, and you best believe that when you dream big, you will be tested. Why? Well, when you make it to certain places in life or certain statuses in life, certain income levels in life, you have to be prepared to sustain it. God doesn't want to just give you your dream. He wants it to last. And then what? The next generation have a slice. And then what? The generation after that have a slice. So in order to sustain you, you have to go through certain things that not even the people around you will volunteer to do. Okay? The people that you know may not get on that ride, may not have that type of dream, may not dream that big. But if you be as so brave to do the uncommon thing, to do the thing that most people would be like, we ain't doing that. If you be so bold as to do that, then you will gain access to these new worlds, new dimensions, new levels of income, new tax brackets, all of that kind of stuff, okay? So there are different elements in this dream that I need to break down. So we're going to jump into that now. And then, of course, we're going to go over to Patreon and we're going to be breaking down the rest of the dream themes for your understanding. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's get started. I want you guys to take a look at the screen. As you can see, there are 3 numbers to choose from. I want you to choose the number that you feel most drawn to. And of course, I always tell y'all, listen to all of them because you just might find a golden piece of information in each message, okay? So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to these vibes. All right, if you chose number 1, I need you to get ready because you're coming at a point in your life where there's about to be fun and adventure, okay? This is also a time in your life where you're going to have to be courageous. And you might even have to do things that are a little daring, okay? You might have to take some scary, scary risks that other people will not take. If you chose number 1, you got carnival, okay? The carnival and the rides all represent different aspects of life. This represents different dreams that you may have. The small rides represent dreams that you have that don't really require much, okay? I dream of having my own home garden. So, you know, you're able to do that. You have the power within your hands. You can do the research. You can go grab the tools and you can make it happen, okay? But then like the roller coasters, these are the things where you ask for it, but then the universe say, okay, I'm gonna give you a couple tests to see if you really, really, really want what you're asking for. Because a lot of times when we ask for things, we may want that thing, but there is a slew of other things that come with it that we didn't quite anticipate. So in order for you to really, really know if that's something you're gonna do forever and ever, you gotta get tested, okay? So some of you guys have had hits or misses, or you tried things and it didn't work out. But the carnival represents adventure. It represents risk taking. What if I told you that your biggest dream is on the other side of fear? What if I told you that all it takes is for you to go through your challenge in order to make it to the other side? What if I told you that the difference between you who will fulfill your mission and those who don't is because of those who are willing to get on the ride, all right? The carnival, it represents like a spiritual playground. Some of you guys have many different skills, many different gifts, many different talents. You're called to use them at different times. But if you chose number 1, you are now presented with the opportunity to go on the biggest ride of your life. If you can make it past this next test, if you can make it past or through this trial that you feel like you're going through, if you can make it through that, number 1, you'll never have to ride that ride again, right? You'll never have to go through that test or that trial again. Number 2, you're going to make it to new land. You're going to make it to a new territory. You're going to make it to a place where nobody in your generation has been before, or nobody in your bloodline, right, has been before. Now, adventure, I keep getting that word. A lot of you guys may want to start taking risks in fun, okay? Now, sure, I'll go to that place with you. Okay, I'll try that new restaurant. Even if you try one new thing per day, it's all working towards aligning you with that perfect roller coaster, because if you pass that test, if you get through that roller coaster, then you will make it to the other side, okay? So for all my people who chose number one, get ready, because adventure is calling, but being daring and being courageous is required. Keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and get to the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, if you chose number two, this is all about the twists and the turns. Now, let's talk about this in regular life. For those who are on the dream journey, there are a lot of things that you do not expect. There are a lot of things that come at you fast. The twists and turns, the ups and downs in life, those are the parts that kind of make it scary. Now, some of you guys may have heard this before. I've heard it a lot recently, and it's been popping up on memes, podcasts. I've been hearing people say this a lot, so maybe it's for me to deliver it to you. They say in life that we don't like the ups and downs, the ups and downs, the ups and downs. But when you look at a heart monitor machine, that's how you know you're alive. Because if it flatlines, you know what that means. It means you're dead, you're gone. You know what I mean? So you want the ups and downs, because if not, you're not here. So keep that in mind as you are moving through life. You're on your dream journey. You get anxiety. You're scared. You're stressed out. Okay, things are going up and down. This is letting you know you're alive. In this scenario of the roller coaster, if that roller coaster was not moving, going up and down, then that means it's broke. That means it's stuck. You'd rather be moving than be stuck. Right? So if you are in a place in life right now where you feel like you're constantly being tested, things are constantly up one minute, then down the next, then up and down, real quick, real fast, the twists and the turns, you don't know what's coming next, then guess what? You're in good company. You are officially a dreamer, okay? When you took on this assignment, right? When you decided, yes, this is my destiny, this is what I'm going for, you didn't realize, just like in the dream, there's a catch. Once you get on this roller coaster, that's it. There is no getting off of it or going back to the amusement park. The only way is through it so you can get to the next level. There is no turning back. That was the catch. I didn't make that clear earlier, but the catch is that once you get on a ride, that's it. The only thing you can do is pass. So for some of you guys, you've made the decision, this is my dream, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm going for, and guess what? The universe said, okay, cool. Now, lock the doors on the past, and the only thing you can do is stay in the present or move in the future. But getting off the roller coaster and then going back to, oh, okay, life before my big dream. Nope. Welcome to the dreamer's world, okay? Welcome to being called. Because even if you didn't want to ride the ride again, you automatically get put back on it. For some of you guys, this is a huge clue, right? In life, you be feeling tested. You'll be feeling like, man, why does this keep happening over and over and over? I get off the ride and they shake their head no, and I'm back on the same ride. And I come back to the same decision-making process and I go through the same things over and over. This is your clue. Now you got to make a different choice. Okay? For a lot of you guys, you've been walking in this dream world in fear instead of in faith. That's the difference between the ride. The twists and the turns are coming regardless. But it's about your ability to decide how you are going to respond. Are you going to move forward in fear, or are you going to sit back in faith? Because you know what happened when you sat back in faith, okay? But that's a whole nother number. We're going to get to that in a minute. But if you decided that number 2 is your number, that means you are on this ride, and I challenge you to embrace every twist and every turn, because it's all a part of the test. You are safe. Just like that roller coaster, you have to trust, okay? The twists and turns ask you to trust, because there's nothing you can do about screaming. Is not going to change the fact that you're on this roller coaster and it's moving fast and it's twisting and turning. Screaming is not going to change it. So you're being told, think about your response to things, and then also embracing the fact that you don't really have to do anything but ride the ride. Okay, if you can just successfully ride the ride, then you're gonna make it to the other side. And also for you guys, I'm getting that decision. Okay, you have to make decisions in faith as opposed to fear. Okay, that might be for somebody, a select few of you guys, but walk forward through this next week in faith. If anything comes up to scare you, remember this roller coaster ride. Oh, I'm screaming, I can't see what's going on. Or, no, I'm chilling, I'm good. I know that this is part of the course. It's part of it. And the sooner I learn to correct my responses, the sooner I can get off this thing and move into some new territory, and I won't have to keep going through the same thing over and over and over, okay? So that's what I get for number 2. Let's go ahead and let's get to number 3. All right, so if you chose number 3, get ready for the calm. This is the way that you feel when you decide, I ain't even scared no more. Usually when we get the things that we want in life, it's because we gave up. And giving up sometimes is not what you think. I'm going to walk away from this. I'm going to leave it alone. I ain't going to think about it. I'm not stressing about it no more. I'm done giving it my energy. And woo, who knew? A lot of the times, that's the answer. Now think about in our dream. You were on the ride and you decided, man, I ain't even finna be scared no more. That automatically puts you in a new vibration, okay? Just the fact that you decided, I ain't scared no more, that puts you in a different vibration. Watch this. Now you trust the ride, because screaming and flailing and, oh my God, get me off of this thing, that's riding in fear. That's making it a lot more scarier than it actually is. But if I'm sitting back chilling, that means I trust. A lot of you guys who chose number 3, you're about to be rewarded because you trust. Even though it's up and down, even though it's back and forth, it's crazy, it's twisty, it's turny, nobody else wanted to ride with me, I got to do this whole thing alone. At some point, you decided, I'm cool. And being cool, deciding to respond in a cool manner, this is what's about to get you to that new land, okay? The calm represents that you trust God. You trust the ride. And now here's the best part. When you calm down, it looked like a whole different ride. Your eyes wasn't squinting and twisting and turning and trying to hide because you don't want to see it. You're afraid to look. But when you looked, my God, it was beautiful. And not only did you find the beauty in your present moment, you saw some things. You became aware of your surroundings. You saw something off, which is representing the future. You saw something in your future. And you decided, listen, I'm gonna do this thing again. But this time I'm not gonna ride it in fear, I'm gonna ride it in faith. And you didn't even have to ride it again. It's something about getting through your test and through your trial that puts you to the next level without having to do it again. I was explaining in number 2, sometimes we go through the same things over and over and over again, not realizing it is a test. And every time we make the same choice and get the same outcome and we're not happy, we got to do it again. So, okay, here's your opportunity to do this. Well, you know what? I'm scared. I'm not going to do it. So then it doesn't happen, and now you feel sad because your dream didn't come true, and then you get another opportunity again, and it's like, no, not this time, that ain't it either. What? So then the universe keeps bringing it back around, and finally one day, you know what? Yes, snatch that opportunity. And voila, a whole new realm of life is open, okay? So the main parts about number 3 that you have to understand is, number 1, you're being rewarded for changing your mindset. The twist and the turn still happened. The only thing that changed was how you viewed it and then how your body responded to it. You made a different choice. It's so funny. You can fail a million times. All you got to do is pass once. And so a lot of you guys may have felt like, man, it's too late for me. It's over for me because life been testing me and gave me opportunity, and I kept passing it up. I kept making the wrong choice, and then all of a sudden it comes around again. And this time, okay, there's something about the power of this time. I'm gonna make a different choice, and lo and behold, I only have to make that different choice one time. And woo la la, a whole new world is open to me. Okay, so the reward of being calm, making a different decision, and then you being able to see stuff. It is now within your awareness. A lot of times you can't take advantage of things because you are unaware that they are there. Okay, but most of us, you know, you guys got done doing taxes. Everybody's doing taxes right now, and there may be tax breaks that you are unaware of, you know? But then when you become aware of that tax break, it's like, oh, snap, I can use that. Okay, and it changes it changes your money, it changes everything, it changes a lot, okay? But it's not until you become aware that that change can happen. So in the calm, I'm walking in faith instead of fear. You become way more aware. I'm scared, you know, this is not gonna happen for me, or in life, bills, children, whatever scenario it is, you're afraid. But then when you become unafraid, you start attracting more resources. You become aware of things that you didn't know before, okay? And it's all a matter of switching your mindset. I can't say that enough. I don't know why I'm being compelled to just keep saying that. Change your mindset. Change your perspective. The ups and downs, the twists and turns, they come in whether you screaming or whether you chilling. But only one of those vibes is going to get you off the ride and into the new world. So this time, make a different choice and see the change that you really want to see, okay? So let's go ahead and wrap this up. This is only a test, ladies and gentlemen. How do you respond to the test? You know how it is when you're in school. You take a test and you fail, and guess what? You got to do it again. You take a test and you fail, and you got to do it again. But you only have to pass the test one time. You can fail in multiples, but you only got to pass once to move on. You know what I'm saying? And so this is what's happening here. So for those of you who feel like you're going ups and downs and twists and turns and all these different things are happening in your life, now you just have to change how you respond. You have to change your perspective. You have to change your mindset. And those key ingredients is what's going to get you over to the other side, to the new realm, to the new world, okay? So that's what I get for you guys here on YouTube. We're taking it over to Patreon because there are a lot of different things that we need to discuss. We have to discuss that man. He kept shaking his head, no, no, no. And then all of a sudden he's like, yes, okay, cool. We need to talk about that. We need to talk about this new world, this new land, you crossing over. All of these different things are important. So make sure you guys click the link in the description box and head on over to Patreon to get the rest of these vibes. Everybody else, if this is where it ends for you, thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.